Hi guys, I've got a request from Bacon Assassin. Wants a rubber band powered car that'll go 3 meters. It's made from soda bottle tops, a wooden stick, straws and rubber band. Well, straight away I got a problem with that. It doesn't tell me what I can use to stick them together, whether I can use glue or got to use sticky tape or what. So I'll assume that there's no limit on what I can use for sticking it together. Next thing, there really isn't enough components there to actually make a car. I can make one and it will work, but I can guarantee it isn't what he's looking for. So I could do with, where it says wooden stick, I could do with bamboo canes, barbecue skewers, even toothpicks would be alright. I need something to make the axles. I could use the straws, but if I use the straws for the axles, what do I use for the axle tubes? So I'll see what I can do. If I can find some different size straws, then I might be able to put one straw inside the other, use the bigger one as the axle tube and the smaller one as the axle. So I'll have a little look, see what I've got. I've got plenty of bottle tops or caps, so we're all right there. Apart from the other problem, when you use bottle caps for wheels, the ones I've used before, they're much too small. If you're going to try and drive the car forwards using those as the wheels, well, they're such small diameter, they're not going to go very far for each revolution, so each turn of the rubber band round the axle is not going to get you very far forward. So 3 meters is quite difficult if you're using a soda bottle cap, which is that small. I mean, even my milk bottle caps are significantly bigger and they'd go further, but they're still useless. So what I'm going to do is one of my push rod, I think I call them, cars. We won't try and drive the wheels at all. We'll put a rubber band on a push rod and we'll use that to push the car forwards, like a catapult. I've had a thought about these soda bottle tops, caps. These particular ones have got a nice star shape on the inside, so using the line across as a guide, I've cut 2 slots out of the cap that my wooden stick will fit in, so I shall glue that in place, but that will be the bearing surface for my axle. Probably easiest if I show you at the bottom of this little triangle star shaped thing. I'm going to melt a hole through there. I'll probably I've got some metal tubing that I'll heat up and push through there. So that will be our hole for our axle. It said wooden stick, it didn't say how long. Well, this wooden stick was originally about 2 meters long. So it is a wooden stick, although it looks like it's in several pieces now. So hole through there, and then I'll use one of those straws as the axle. I'll do the same at the other end. So I need 4 bottle caps cut up like this. Well, I've melted holes in my plastic bottle tops. You could probably drill them instead, or even work them out with a pointy nail or something. and maybe scissors and work the hole until it's big enough. But I did it a quick way, so I heated up my metal tube here, pushed it in, wiggled it around a bit to make it the right size. It's a tight fit for the wheel and a loose fit where it goes through there. Well, I've sort of changed direction halfway through this build. We've got the wooden frame made from a wooden stick. Under my definition of, it didn't tell me how long the stick could be, so I've used a very long stick and cut it into pieces. I've used drinking straws for the axles, and I was going to make this catapult launched. In other words, put a rubber band on it and a stick, hold it, tension the rubber band with the stick, and then release the car holding the stick, and the rubber band would pull the car forwards. And I'll probably still do that, but in the meantime I've actually found that if I reduce the strength of the rubber band enough by just cutting it into a single strand and add lead weights on the back here to keep the wheels on the ground, we do get enough grip for the car to go forwards. Without those lead weights, the wheels just spin and it goes nowhere. But I will show you. The white lines on my kitchen floor are 1 metre apart. So if we start just behind this one, if we get up to the third one, we'll have done the required 3 metres, because that's all we're asked to do. If your rubber band's too strong, then it does just spin the wheels, but because I've cut them and they're just a single strand, they're quite weak. And with those extra weights on the back there, the wheels, well, they do spin if I do it up too far, but they don't spin as much as they would do. What I'm trying to do is stretch the rubber band at the same time, because that reduces its strength as well. I'm having trouble doing this, so I really need 3 hands. We can't put too much power on there or the plastic drinking straw will just fold in the middle. Although you could put another drinking straw inside it if you split it all the way up the middle and folded it so it's a smaller diameter, you could get it up the middle and that would strengthen it. So you'd have a much stronger axle. Right, let's see if that's enough. Right, okay. We just got to get the front wheels to the fourth line if we count this line. Well, we did, and we nearly did 4 metres. So we've achieved what we set out to do. That's the 3 metre mark. We went well past it. So that was the start line. 1 metre, 2 metres, 3 metres, just short of 4 metres. Well, I'm quite surprised. What I'll do now is I'll do what I originally intended to do, which was the catapult launch one, just to compare the difference, because it'll still be rubber band powered, but we won't be wrapping a rubber band around the axle. So what we've got now is I've tied the rubber band to this back piece of wood, cross member. I'll use this piece of stick, a bit like an arrow I suppose, or a push rod. Push that on there. So this is now our rubber band power. If I let it go, let go of the axle here. Right, well we only did 2 meters there, but I can easily add more power because we're not going to be worrying about bending the axles now. 2 lots of rubber bands here now, so we should have more power. I've filed a little fork in the end of my stick to make it easier to hook the rubber bands on. So here we go. Yeah, we did the 4 meters then. So that's 2 ways of rubber band powering the car. I wonder how far it will go if we take those lead weights off, because we don't need those. Because we don't need the grip anymore. So, no weights. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was 5 meters easily because we didn't have the extra weights on there to slow it down. Just to demonstrate this is working far better than the rubber band round the back axle, I've actually come well back now, so we're over 6 meters away from the kitchen door. So we're doing double the required distance, over 6 meters. Rubber band powered car made from a wooden stick. I admit that I've taken the words literally. It didn't give us a length of wooden stick, so I've probably used about 2 meters of wooden stick. Then I've used drinking straws, 2 of them, 2 plastic drinking straws, and 8 soda bottle caps, or pop bottle caps as I'd call them, which are much too small, but we succeeded. It worked. I've used 4 of the bottle caps as wheels and 4 of the bottle caps as the axle tubes or the bearings. So the holes in the ones I'm pointing at are bigger than the drinking straw, so it can turn freely, and the holes in the wheels are slightly smaller than the drinking straw, so it grips them tightly. Job done.